See that? Does it make any sense to you? If you've been watching the latest series that I've done. It's one line of sight. As we said, it's looking in a mirror. As you can see, fire. Fire is the recompense of the wages of sin. Exactly as Jesus Christ has said, the wages of sin are death. That sin is paying wages out, you know. Jesus Christ is not sin. You know, he's the original center, but there is an original sinner who is seeking to become the center. You guys should understand that. I mean, you've seen it with their symbol with the circle and the dot in the center, which represents Lucifer, represents the eye, represents the cycles of procession, it represents time. It represents those things and many more. But yet those are the most relative, at least as they play out in history and even their own mystery. So I'm going to talk about this here further. And remember that we're seeing this in perspective of a singular eye that's looking in a mirror. And then we saw that bouncing projection that, as we see, has once again made that left eye the blinded right. So that's really what you should gather here from this very unique V, that even you're going to understand right here is where the abstract geometry of the creation of this V, by the bending of this line of sight, has created what I would consider the equational abyss. It's what I've already talked of before as the equational abyss. In other words, everything below the waterline. Okay? The netherworld, the underworld, in perspective of that cube being trapped in that box, the 4D. You know, being denied your 5D perspective of choice because you're now wrapped into a cycle of tradition and ritual and ceremony, which are basically living out the choices of people before you that were blinded still further, and yet you yourself are now walking in the same useless, aimless circles that they once trod. I guess the rut in the path, the rut in the road, if you will. You know, there's our equational abyss where now the gazer has created the infraction of the duality of the mirror, the opposing mirrors looking at themselves, which once again creates that distortion off into the distance, going off into nowhere, the same meaningless, the same meaningless nothingness of the abyss. Certainly not any knowledge there. But we're going to talk about this further because, I mean, you know, it's taken me basically 2 weeks to feel like I understand this well enough to now come back to you guys and talk about it further. Before we do, I'm even not going to talk about it further in this video because there's some other things I want to talk about first before we go further with this in perspective to the Mirror series. I want to talk about what I said in the description box about the channel being hijacked. Okay. What I mean is in perspective to the next line that I said, that they're moderating all comments. Okay. That's what I mean for them hijacking the channel. Yes, I can still upload videos. As far as I know, if you see this video, I can. I'm pretty sure that I can. I didn't intend that I couldn't upload videos when I said that in the description box. But what I did intend is what I said. They've hijacked the channel in the perspective that they are seeking to find out Who are the people that are sincere that are watching it? In other words, they've shut down my email completely. Completely. So if anybody is sending me emails, they are receiving those, not me. I don't even have email that will come up if I try to access it on the phone, which is odd because I have to have email to run this channel. But none of my passwords work for either two of my email accounts, the only two email accounts that I've ever had. Now, yes, I did make a Google Plus account. I do have a Google Plus username, and that's what's originally gotten me to be able to come back on here uploading videos again. But as you all know, I can't comment on any of the videos. That's why I do my best to comment when I feel it absolutely necessary on the description boxes. And I'll go back and I'll change the description boxes in order for me to be heard at that moment. Okay? So they fear me. More importantly, they fear the Spirit of truth that is revealing through me. Okay, that's really what they fear, obviously. Really not certainly me, I guess. But, you know, they don't want me to be able to comment to you guys or to be able to rebuttal who they are and then reveal who these people in the comments page are as agents. Here comes our friendly neighborhood train. So my point is that I can't comment, and then they're moderating the comments that are coming through that I can see. All right? And many of you have commented before and said that you have tried to download my videos and are unable to do it. And like it's like someone's blocking you from doing it. Well, it's not me. All of my videos are public. Obviously, you see the agents are downloading my videos and uploading them. Okay? So if you're sincere, unable to download my videos either in your browser format, computer format, or to your own channel, then that's a product of them. That's what they're doing. Okay, it has nothing to do with me. Quite frankly, I've made it quite plain that I barely even understand the majority of what I'm supposed to do to run this channel in the first place with all of the multiple changes that they continually make with YouTube. Once I just begin to get a wrap with what I feel like I'm supposed to be able to do to handle the management of the channel, they change it. And I feel that they do this on purpose to distort many of our abilities to express ourselves and connect to each other. I don't have anybody on here that I feel is sincere. At least nobody that they're allowing me to talk to. Maybe 1% of the people that comment on this comment page might be sincere. A relative small few out of the overwhelming majority that are just doing nothing but babbling here on the channel. Most of them pretend to act like they're supporting me when in all actuality they're not. They're just hoping to get closer to me or to get closer to someone that could be sincere in order to pull you away or to find out who you are. Okay? So that's what I mean when they're hijacking the channel. They're hijacking the channel from the perspective of controlling my ability to connect or your ability to connect to me. And you know, that's once again, that's Nazi style control. You know, that's a Nazi style megalomania control freak type attitude. And it's because they know that they're wrong. They know that their truths, their supposed truths, are not standing up to what the truth really is. Okay, so sorry for the little audio delay there, but that's another thing that's just happened to this channel out of nowhere, where the volume goes out every 10 minutes for 10 seconds. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's how they've hijacked the channel, and they're trying to figure out who everybody is, at least those that are sincere, even members, of course, of my family, close friends of mine, all that kind of stuff. So don't let any of these people, deceive or distort your interest here and understand what I'm trying to present. You know, you can stand on your own 2 feet here and view this with an open mind in your search for what truth is. And you're going to see that Jesus Christ has had it the whole time. The whole time. About all of the supposed mysteries of our history that really have only been made a history because they've kept them hidden. Jesus reveals. I promise you that. About this business of me being paranoid. Come on. Paranoid? No. When I showed the video of supposed agents outside of my house, and even have other videos that I haven't uploaded yet, but most likely probably will, just kind of, waiting, kind of seeing if they're going to do any other things here right now. But it has nothing to do with me being paranoid. If I was paranoid, obviously everybody knows where I live. I've made that plain in many videos. They got my address. They know exactly where I stay. They've got my phone number. I live here by myself, They tell me everything that I do, what kind of foods I eat, when I use the bathroom, what kind of movies I'm watching. They say it all because they're basically trying to advertise that they're all up in my face. Well, that's cool. That's all cool. I can handle it. No problem to me. Obviously, I'm not trying to run off anywhere. If I was really paranoid or scared, I would have stopped doing videos a long time ago, right? Right? I ain't paranoid or scared. I'm ready. And that's the one thing they can't figure out is where does all this courage, where does all this faith come from? It comes from the truth. It comes from actually having a real personal relationship with the Spirit of truth, Jesus Christ, and his close emissaries, the spirits that surround us. That's where it comes from, And I ain't got no problem in letting everyone know that that's what the courage is, and that's what's going to see. That's what's going to see me through. So yeah, if I was paranoid, right? I see all of these people for what they are. I see them running the game on the masses. I see them running the game on the TV. I see them running the game everywhere you look. They're a huge organization. They're a Goliath-type monster, And here I am, one individual, armed with the Spirit of truth, the sword of truth. And they can't defeat me. Plain and simple. Paranoid? Get a grip. I think the people that are paranoid are the people that don't want me commenting, are the people that are fudging the channel views, because they are almost embarrassed that so many people, even of their own people, are watching this channel and are being taught the truth of Jesus Christ in a way that they never imagined. I think those are the people that are paranoid, right? I think the people that are paranoid are the ones that have built some sort of secret base on the dark side of the moon to hide out. Wouldn't that be paranoia? Yeah, I think it would be. I think it'd be mass paranoia. Bunch of lunatics. Bunch of parasites. That's what they made themselves, right? Lunatic. So, I don't know. I think you guys, at least those on the agent side, I think you guys need to get your stories together, and really realize that basically when I move, they all move, even CNN, when I move, their whole world network moves behind me like the shadow that it is. And that's plain to see. We got the proof of it, and the proof will be continually fulfilled. Matter of fact, I got a few predictions that I'm being motivated to make, possibly coming up here in the future. When I say future, maybe the next few months. Very strongly motivated to give a few visions of things to come to pass that will happen before the second cup. And you'll see them. You'll see them. But nonetheless, guys, paranoid. Yeah, right. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. This is not the sign of a man that's paranoid, that is revealing the complete insidiousness of their sophisticated orchestra of deception, and right out in the open. I've shown my face, I've shown my address, I've given out my phone number. I mean, these people know where I work and when I work. They know what I do for a living, everything about me, plain and simple. But yet, they're the ones that hide behind all the usernames, and nobody knows who they are because they got to creep like the shadow. That's paranoia for you. If you were true in who you were, you wouldn't have to change your name every few months, and hide off and go make a new channel because people have basically figured out who you were and what your code was, and then you had to go run off and come up anew with something else. Isn't that paranoia? I mean, how many multiple personalities are you going to display at the very same time you pointing the finger at everybody else because they're going through real emotional trauma for certain things that some of us are asked to bear in this world? Real emotional trauma, But yet, equilibrium is always found, as it always will be, with anyone that walks in the truth of Jesus Christ. So, yeah. We'll come back and I'll talk a little bit about the series here. The rumors are true. Somebody made a comment, are the rumors true? I mean, yeah, I hope I really do hope people are gossiping. Gossip. The gospel. I really do hope that the whole network is gossiping about me, about this channel, about what spirit I have. I really do. That's good to hear. That's good to hear because I've been viewing YouTube lately. I'll just go on a little further here. I've been viewing a lot of the channels on YouTube lately, and wow, I've really seen a massive ripple of truth that has gone through and landed on the rocky shores of their deceptive channels. Massive. And it has basically severely unsettled them. Severely. And it should. Because it was already prophesied that this system will be frayed. It will be frayed by the fourth carpenter. And it is fraying right on time. Like clockwork, if you will. I mean, it's easy to see. It's like, wow, It's almost amazing to see the power of the Spirit really show itself in such a humble way, Pick one of the least, shiny tools in the old tool cabinet, but yet still display the greatest mastery of craftsmanship with that humble tool. That's broken, that's not perfect, that's been abused, that's been used, that's downcast, that doesn't always appear willing and able, but yet in the hands of the true craftsman, it is. It is. I like to think of myself as that tool, the one that's not perfect, but yet is humble and is willing to be used by one who is. Okay, because I'm certainly not the master, but I know who my master is. So, anybody could easily try to test that if they had the courage, but these people don't got no courage. They got fear. That's what they got. They got lies. They got a whole arrow quiver full of them. And they're going to be shooting many, many more. No doubt about it. So anyway, my friends, we know who's in fear. that have been running the psyops that I've been seeing, they're kind of shutting themselves down. Have you noticed that? And then notice all of the new channels that they're springing up like weeds. You know, all of these new like Masonically coded peoples, you know, that are trying to do their best to appear so Christian-like. They keep on trying to reinforce this rapture stuff, you know, and turn a blind eye to the obvious truth of the teachings that I've already laid out on this channel that are irrefutable, that really just make them look like fools in the light of it. You know, but notice how many of these people are like weeds just twirling in the wind, babbling on about nothing, about really true nothingness. And you know, whether they know it, that's the hopes of what they're going to become if they don't truly begin to see this light of truth. So guys, you know, fear, paranoia, going to destroy you. I think that paranoia is them, and it's going to destroy them. You know, they are the ones that are so paranoid of other peoples, you know, of other cultures, of other truths, you know, higher reflections of the truth that exceed their traditions of the distortion of the truth of the men that they follow. So there was another time outage, I think. I think that I missed it, but anyway, that's it. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm basically giving you time to absorb this. At the same time, I'm giving myself time to absorb and process this. They have hijacked the channel. But yet I feel I can still upload videos. If you see this video, you know that I can. Realize they're trying to figure out who everyone is, and that's what the Google Plus button comes down to. I've said it before, don't hit the Google Plus button if you are sincere, and you know, really know who the true cowards are. The cow words, you know, who is hiding behind bullshit. Cowards, which makes them by default cowards. Really know who they are. They're easy to see, no doubt. They are now beginning to stand out like a leopard, you know, a spotted leopard or a spotted cheetah, you know, once it's been roused from its seclusion, from its hiding spot in the shadow. You know, once you bring the leopard out of the shadows, no longer do the spots help it to blend in. They actually expose it for what it is. And you can see so many of these spotted leopards, these spotted cheetahs, these spotted cheaters, you know, that are just making the mistake of their lives, all based upon their own pride, built up on this doctrine of vanity for themselves, to be contorted in their mind as some sort of God at the very same time that they do the work of the devil. It's just freaking unreal. It's just absolutely freaking unreal. So know who the cowards are, you know, plain and simple. There ain't really much more I can say other than I'll be back.